It's the last day of the 2020 volleyball season right here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena as the Lady Eagles look to wrap up a highly productive season and get ready for a regional tournament. Hello, I'm Noah Frary, and tonight joined by former Lady Eagle, Carrie Ordway. Carrie, thanks for joining me.
Of course, Noah. Always good to be here.
Going to be a fun one. Lady Eagles coming into this game 8-8. They won the first 8 games of the year, 8-1, and then losers of their last 7. A chance tonight, though, against a short-handed Mobile team to maybe squeak out a victory to close out this season.
You know, Noah, I think it will be really interesting to see how the Lady Eagles come out with that knowledge of trying to finish their season strong on a good note.
Carrie, one of the calling cards for this Lady Eagles team so far this season has been the defense, even strong play out of the setters, led by Kenzie Folker and Brooke McLeod. Talk to me a little bit about those. I know you were a defensive player in college. We always talk about that on these broadcasts.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the results of a few years of training with our defense, with Brooke McLeod stepping up to be libero this year after a few years of playing defense specialist, and we're seeing a lot of that training come into play. She's done a great job of taking ownership of that back row and really leading to a lot of good offense for the Eagles.
Now, one of the most important things of a good offense is that good pass out of the back row. So far this season, the Lady Eagles have been doing it, but the hitters haven't been finding the openings. I know Coach Kaylin Oman emphasized that this week. What's one of those things as a hitter that you're going to look to try to do out on the court in order to find those openings on the court and ultimately pick up those big kills?
You know, it's really being confident with your skills, because when you're confident with your skills, then you open up your ability to be able to be aware of the score of the court and see where those holes are, and be able to put that volleyball IQ to good use.
There you have it. We're going to throw it back to, we're going to take an opportunity now to meet our Lady Eagles, and we'll be back with just a couple minutes to go as we get ready for volleyball here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena.
Welcome to the nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and the University of Mobile. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. We thank you, Lord, for this day, and we thank you for the gift of health. We pray for the safety of the players, and may everything be done to bring you glory. In Christ Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for the University of Mobile, number 6, Sarah Warren. Number 11, Abigail Andrews. Number 15, Aaliyah Kennedy. Number 18, Rachel Hart. Number 20, Malia Meadows. Number 22, Danielle Pote. And 24, Jordan Wood. Mobile is led by Coach John Campbell. And now your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Number 1, a freshman from Davison, Michigan, Hannah Toro. Number 7, the sophomore from Port St. Lucie, Florida, Brittany Hunter. Number 12, the senior from 96, South Carolina, Ginger Cannon. Number 14, the junior from Bacchus, Minnesota, Abby Grider. Number 15, a sophomore from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, Jessica Johnson. Number 18, the junior from Simi Valley, California, Brooke McLeod. And number 19, the freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, Kinsey Volker. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Supa Leota. Officiating for tonight's game are Lane Lully and Cynthia Ellis.
And we're back inside the nest as we get ready for volleyball this evening. I'll take a few moments now to go over the starting lineups for both teams. For the visiting University of Mobile Rams, the setter, Sarah Warren. Number 11, Abby Andrews. Number 15, Aaliyah Kennedy in the center. Number 18, Rachel Hart. The libero, Malia Meadows, who wears number 20. And the outside hitter, Danielle Pote. And for your Lady Eagles in this one, it's the freshman outside hitter, Hannah Doro. Wearing number 1, wearing number 7, and playing middle hitter, it's Brittany Hunter. Ginger Cannon, you've heard her name a bunch over the last 4 years. She'll start and wear number 12. Abby Grider, the junior, wearing number 14. Jessica Johnson, Brooke McLeod in the back, and Kenzie Volker, the setter, in this rotation. Carrie, We talked before the game, you and I, about the importance of getting off to a fast start. Lady Eagles they've won the first set in 5 of their 8 victories this year. Talk to me about how much that momentum in the game of volleyball, if you could pick up that first set.
No, it's kind of funny. Over the past few years, we've often talked about the Lady Eagles struggling to get off to that strong start, and we finally do have a team that is able to get off to that strong start. But then it's a little bit of a struggle to hold on to that strong start. So to answer your question, yeah, it's a great thing to start off strong, and it's really an encouragement. But then whenever you lose that lead, that can be that much more discouraging when you do that.
Now you go into this game knowing that you're playing a shorthanded Rams team. They're missing their leading hitter. They're missing one of their better outside hitters, Carrie. How do you not allow that to affect you as a team and go out and really just play the game of volleyball?
Against any kind of team, especially one as challenging as the University of Mobile, a good team like that, you just want to come out and be able to do the best you can and be able to play and see if you can get those, sometimes even just a moral victory, and know that you did the best that you could.
Volker got it going there. Mobile forced to scramble. Oh, what a play by McLeod. We're into it. A good first rally to start this game. Volker looking for Greider off the block. Carry a 6'4" middle blocker there. That's going to be difficult for players like Greider and Cannon.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll definitely test their ability and their awareness as well. They'll have to be that much more aware of what's happening.
Big hit, and this rally continues. Both teams going back and forth. Pote now swings, and the Lady Eagles take the first one. The game of volleyball so much about momentum. And after a long rally there, that's got to feel good if you're the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. There was some outstanding plays there, especially by the Lady Eagles defense. What a great way to start.
Set there by Warren. The block got there, but Wood going to pick up the kill to even this one up. Madison Bergeron checking in for the visiting Rams. She'll serve it. The score tied at 1. Johnson gets there. Good movement by Volker, and a big swing off the block by Greider and down. One of the biggest things the Lady Eagles worked on in practice this week, Kaylin Oman imploring her hitters to try to find openings on the court. And in a game like this where you're going up against some very tall middle blockers, that becomes even more evident.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to play the smartest game you can, because against such a tall block, you can't just swing straight through it. You've got to play a little bit smarter than that.
Warren with the quick set there, and Wood picking up her second kill as both teams trade early points. That'll send junior Malia Meadows back to serve. Meadows wearing the pink jersey and playing libero with a strong serve right there. Here's Volker, big swing by Cannon. The flag going, and it looked like a ball came onto the court. We're going to get a reserve. Lady Eagles had an opportunity there to take a lead, but the ball coming on the court, and Lane Lawley up in the chair calling the reserve. Gerald working up and underneath that one. Free ball by the Lady Eagles. Mobile looking to attack, and that's Abby Andrews picking up the kill. Andrews on the year, second on this team in kills with 45. The two leading hitters for Mobile missing this game. A late scratch for head coach John Campbell. Lady Eagles scramble Greider there, a smart hit. A good job by the block. Here's Andrews, and that one out as the Lady Eagles knot this one back up, and you'll see Hannah Doro coming back in as McLeod checks out. Cannon, the senior, back to serve. Here's Warren. Oh, what a play by Cannon out of the back row. Warren back outside to Andrews into the block. And Abby Andrews picking up kill number 2 on the game. Carrie, I've been so impressed already early on in this game with the back row defense for the Lady Eagles, playing with a lot of spirit. You've seen several dives, and that's not something you've seen a lot in Lady Eagles volleyball, so it's fun to see them out doing that this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. They are definitely setting up the rest of their team for success, which is exactly what you want your defense to be doing.
A mistake there by Pote as that one sails into the net. McGirt and Butcher in. Butcher back to serve. She'll be the setter in this rotation out of the back row. A good strong serve picked out by Bergeron. A quick hit off the hands of Gerald in the back. Give Aaliyah Kennedy another one of those tall middle blockers in the center. She's at 5'11". You saw Rachel Hart a few moments ago standing in at 6'4". Head coach John Campbell's got to love having that type of size in the center of his defense.
Yeah, absolutely, especially being as skilled of players as they are in addition to their height.
Butcher with the back set, and Johnson finishes it. Lady Eagles and the Rams trading point for point right now. And if you're head coach Kaylin Oman, you've got to be pleased with what you're seeing early on in this contest. Johnson back to serve. She's in a sophomore year. She's second on the team in aces with 23. Hunter rolls one. Crafty by the sophomore. Brittany Hunter, she could have hit that one hard. The block would have been right there, but that little rollover ends up leading to a kill.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's that smart play that we were already referencing toward the beginning of the set.
Johnson back to serve. Lady Eagles leading this one by one early. Warren with the attack on two. Butcher, and here's Doro, the nice tip, but Warren the setter there for Mobile. McLeod got to it. Back set now. Butcher, McGwirt. Here's Doro. But it looked like Lady Eagles called for the double hit. In that rotation there, you really don't want to see Allie McGwirt hitting, or, setting that ball up. Leading to the double hit after the outside hitter. McGwirt sets it. It's back tied up. Butcher now outside looking for Greider with the big swing. Oh, diving play by Johnson. Some inspired defense by the Lady Eagles early in this one. That hit off the block and out of bounds, and Mobile regains a lead as we continue to trade points here early on.
Yeah, Noah, you've seen it from a couple of our younger blockers so far this set where they're in position for the block and they get a hand on it, but they're not quite finishing out that block and pushing it back over.
That one was off Mobile. McGwirt sets it up. Just a little weak attack there by Doro, but it's going to do the job. Sometimes you've got to get lucky in the game of volleyball, and Doro just sent one over easily, and the Lady Eagles fortunate to pick up the point.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of those being pushed all the way to the back row. The back corners are open if the hitters are able to get them back there.
McLeod with a good strong serve. And Rachel Hart using that 6'4" frame and more wingspan at that to pick up the kill there as that one hits the line near us. Wood back in now. As Jernigan exits. Wood already with 2 kills in the contest. The setter, Sarah Warren, back to serve. Here's Cannon now, gets it with the right hand. Mobile coming the other way. That one tipped. It looked like Cannon may have gotten a hand on that, and Pote going to pick up her first kill of the contest. Warren continuing to serve off the hands of Hunter, scrambling for it. It looked like Cannon may have had a better angle on that one to get the hit, but Johnson got her hands on it.
Yeah, we really need to see good communication coming out of the back row to avoid anything like that.
Pass a bit off. Hunter looking back line, and that one just misses.
Yeah, I think she saw that back corner open like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, and it was almost there, just pushed it a little long.
First time out on the court. Head coach Kaylin Oman calling her first time out of the first set. We'll take a break. The Lady Eagles trail by 4 midway through the first set. And we're back 11-7 Rams. It was tied at 7 and now a 4-0 run behind the service game of Warren. Warren on the season with 6 aces. She's the leading setter for head coach John Campbell and the Rams. Hunter not able to control the serve. McLeod took that one hard off the face. Hart sent that one back hard. Carey Lady Eagles got out to a fast start. You've seen Mobile kind of make a little bit of a run. Head coach Kaylin Oman calling a smart timeout there, trying to slow it down.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to get our defense running again. The first passes or first cut past serve receives have not quite been.
Hart causing all sorts of problems for the Lady Eagles up front. Rachel Hart, she recorded 6 blocks against the Lady Eagles earlier this season. That game on October 13th, and she's already picked up a few in this contest. Butcher looking outside, cannon hard into the block. Lady Eagles get it back. Good dig there by Meadows. Scramble for it. Oh, what a play by McLeod. Some heart and tenacity there from the junior. But Hart just too much up front. Man, Brooke McLeod has been flying all over this court so far.
Yeah, and also to have her directly followed back by, I think it was Brittany Hunter, who got that second touch on the ball.
Warren continuing to serve, and that time an error. Lady Eagles going to get out of that rotation that led to a 7-0 run. Greider back in on the front, Folker back in at setter, and she's going to serve for the Lady Eagles, down by 6. We mentioned Johnson, second on the team in aces. Folker, the leading server for the Lady Eagles with 25. Pote, kill number 2.
You know, as defense, beginning with the block and then also as your backguard defense players, you've got to see that when a hitter is coming from that far outside, that's going to be a cross-court hit, more than likely, and set up for that in advance.
Bergeron back in to serve. That one off the top of the net. A couple of mistakes by the Rams from behind the service line. We'll have to see if the Lady Eagles can capitalize. Gerald in as Hunter comes out on the back row. Gerald goes short. Scramble for it. It looked like Mobile into the net. Hart may have touched the net on the way up. Lady Eagles back within 5. And Gerald continuing to serve. Hannah Gerald, the third member of the Lady Eagles. She's got 16 aces on the season. She's also third in digs with 93. You've seen her a lot this season alongside Johnson and McLeod in the back for the Lady Eagles. And that back line has been everything and more for the Lady Eagles this season. Big swing there, but the block got it. Cannon fired up. The senior playing in her last home game here in the Nest. Gerald continuing to serve the Lady Eagles back within striking distance. Warren now sets up Hart. Miscommunication, but Johnson sends the free ball over. McLeod. Big hit. Dive play by Folker. Here's Greider off the block. Kenzie Folker, the freshman, fired up after that big play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Greider was a little bit early on that hit, but I think it worked out to her advantage and just caused it to be off speed enough just to throw off the block.
Carrie, I went to practice last night for the Lady Eagles, and they looked tense. Head coach Kaylin Oman ending practice early because they looked so tense. They were playing very mechanically. But you've not seen that tonight. So far free and a lot of great plays early on from the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things about playing against some really good competition is the fact that you've got nothing to lose, you know. There's nothing else you can do besides to come out and really give it your all. And sometimes that makes it a little bit easier.
Folker gets called there. Lady Eagles back down by 5 as Malia Meadows, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida, continues to serve for the Rams. McLeod there, Folker. I don't know who she was setting there. 2 Lady Eagles go up for it, but the ball lands on the hardwood.
Yeah, looked like it was going to be a really good play. Had some potential. That was a perfect set up, or serve receive up to the setter. Just a little bit of miscommunication.
Johnson, big swing there, dug out. A quick attack, good tip over by Folker. Smart play there by the freshman. Mobile continuing to pepper the Lady Eagles. Folker laying out, but that one out past the end line. Lady Eagles trail by 7. Meadows continuing to serve. She had a career high, actually second, 24 digs in her last game against Dillard University. Career high in 2019 with 26. Lady Eagles starting to get out of sorts, Carrie. You see the timeout coming. They started off strong, but so far Mobile, maybe some of those strong hits starting to take a toll.
Yeah, and I think, too, whenever you start to make a couple of unforced errors, if you don't watch out, that'll get in your head a little bit and just lead to a few more unforced errors, and I think that's what we're seeing from the Lady Eagles right now.
Timeout on the court. Lady Eagles trail this one by 8, 12 for the Eagles, 20 for the visiting Rams. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with continued action here in the first set. to 12 for the visitors here in set number 1. It was 7-7, then a run. Lady Eagles got it back within 4, but Mobile behind the strong serving of Malia Meadows pulling away. Cannon, big swing down the line, and that one just missing. Cannon wanted that one, and it would have been big for the Lady Eagles. Meadows looking to continue her strong service game to start. Johnson tried to go right into that block, but Wood and Kennedy there to snuff that one out.
You know, in spite of that last hit, we're really seeing some good swings out of Johnson. One thing that I'm really liking seeing out of the Eagles hitters is that when that set is coming from behind them, they've been making sure to stay open to that hit, to the set, so that they can get a better swing on it. And we've seen that from Johnson a couple of times and from Cannon a few times already tonight. Johnson,
who was the freshman of the year on this team last year, has really built a strong sophomore campaign right here, playing all the way around for this Lady Eagles team and has been extremely solid. Attack there by Wood. And another miscommunication, this time between the two freshmen up front. It was Doro and Folker as that ball dropped. That pair, Folker and Doro, tied for the most sets played as freshmen this season. Wood goes short. Folker finds Grider. A good job there by Folker not to get into the net. Now a good slide hit there by Kennedy, but it sails past the end line. And that'll bring us to some subs. McGwirt, Butcher in for the Lady Eagles, and Amy Jernigan in for the visitors. That one in. The line judge has to dodge it, but it finds the corner back here. Set point now here in set number 1. Abby Andrews, the sophomore, back to do it. Good set there by Butcher, but the block too much for the Lady Eagles. It was Warren and Kennedy, and the University of Mobile taking set number 1. Carrie, the Lady Eagles started out strong, but just weren't able to close it out here in the first set.
Yeah, Noah, and this is kind of the story of the season, what we've noticed several times. I think it really comes back to what I mentioned a few minutes ago, just a series of unforced errors just kind of building on themselves, getting into their minds a little bit, and they just lose that momentum. One unforced error at a time.
Lady Eagles 7-9 in first sets this season, but it's been the second set for the Lady Eagles where they're 11-5. We're going to throw it to commercial. We'll be back in just a couple minutes as we get ready for set number 2.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer, and over a dozen courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
And we're back as we get ready for set number 2. Lady Eagles losing the first set 25-14. It was 7-7 early on in that set, but the University of Mobile proving to be too much. Rachel Hart and Jordan Wood leading the way for the visitors with 4 kills apiece. Abby Greider with 2 for the Lady Eagles, but Carrie, you mentioned it prior to the start of, or the end of the last set, 7 hitting errors for the Lady Eagles, and really the Lady Eagles doing themselves in with just a few mistakes there in set number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And when each player on the team takes 1 or 2 unforced errors apiece, those add up very quickly. And it's not as if it's one weak point in the team. It's kind of the shared burden of those mistakes.
Lady Eagles, as we mentioned, on the season 11-5 in second sets. They could really use a big second set here. We'll see if the talk in between sets from head coach Kaylin Oman is enough to jolt this Lady Eagles team to a second set victory here against the Rams. Carrie, the one thing I can say, you see a lot of talent on the side of the Rams, even just up front, but really all over the court for head coach John Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely a tough opponent, but that should do nothing but motivate the Eagles.
Greider sent one across. Meadows was right there. Pote with the attack. She had 3 kills in the first set. A good swing by Hunter. That one out, but we're going to have a touch. Point goes to the visitors. We mentioned head coach John Campbell and the talent that he's developed at this program. On Tuesday night, a milestone victory for head coach John Campbell. He recorded his 400th win at the University of Mobile with a 4-set win over Dillard University. Head coach John Campbell, 527 career victories, 400 at Mobile after he got this program started in 2005 with his wife Amber. Lady Eagles pick up the point there. And Gerald back into serve. Gerald back to serve with the Lady Eagles trailing by 1 here early on in set number 2. Warren had to scramble, only could get one hand on that. Hart tried to send it across, but it goes into the net. Tie game here early on. Dug out by Andrews. And Hart and Warren not on the same page again. Lady Eagles take the lead. We've seen a couple mistakes here early on from Mobile. We'll see if the Lady Eagles can capitalize. Warren looking for Wood. McLeod there. Man, that one went high. Off the official. It may have gone off the roof. That one was so high. Bergeron back to serve. Volker looking for Cannon, that left-handed hit that we've seen a couple of times. And now what a kill. Jordan Wood sent that one down hard. Wood had quite the game earlier on this year against the Lady Eagles. 4 blocks, 4 aces for the freshman. Make that sophomore. Here's Johnson over the block. Great play by Meadows in the back, and now one sent long. Lady Eagles knot it back up at 4. Carry much the same as we saw there in set number 1, but it was after it got to about 7-7 that Mobile went on a big run.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was unforced errors, kind of like that one that started the streak for the Eagles last set.
Cannon off the white part of the net at the top. Meadows, she finished off set number 1 with some great service at the back. McLeod first to it. Volker not on the same page with Grider. We've seen that a couple times here early on from the freshman. Johnson off the block. McLeod was there to cover it. Now that one's sent over. And Volker, a little bit of redemption, some excitement there out of the freshman.
You know, she got one of those a few plays ago, and you can usually, if you sneak one of those by, you usually can't count on being able to sneak past another one, but she got it.
5-5 as we continue to trade points here in set number 2. Oh, Lady Eagles keep it alive. Can McLeod send it across? What a play. Warren now outside looking for Andrews and off of Gerald. A great hustle play there by McLeod, though, to even keep that rally alive.
Yeah, that was great hustle by her, and then the 2 that hit it before, I don't remember who they were, but being able to get that ball up off of a hard hit was a really good effort from both of those, all 3 of the players involved.
Look for McGuirt here if the pass is good. Now a back row attack by McLeod. And that one just, McLeod tried to get her hand underneath that one, but couldn't get it there. Mobile back up by 2, and Jordan Wood back to serve. Wood third on this Rams team with 5 service aces on the year. That one just missed that back line. Mobile tried to run the slide, and Kennedy gave it a ride, but it sailed out just past the end line. The sophomore Johnson back to serve. And nails Hannah Doro. Another unforced error by the Lady Eagles from behind the service line.
Absolutely, and when you think about service errors, you want to avoid all unforced errors, but especially service errors, since you are the one initiating that contact.
Butcher outside to Hunter off the block. Dug out Andrews. Pote now with the attack. Here's McGuirt. Great play by Andrews in the back. Somehow the Lady Eagles keep it alive. Warren back to Pote. Off the net. Great job there by Johnson. It looked like the Eagles had given up a point, but Johnson sent it across. And fortunate for the Lady Eagles to keep it alive.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of hustle coming out of the Eagles so far this set.
McLeod back to serve. Meadows got underneath it. A double block there. And Hunter and Cannon teaming up to stuff Aaliyah Kennedy. 8-8 here in the nest. McLeod goes short. Pote, but McLeod right there. Butcher scrambling. Big hit coming by Hunter, and she gets out of the way. Great job there by Hunter, sending it hard into the block.
Yeah, absolutely. Smart play.
I've seen McLeod try to roll one just like that. Warren scrambles. Free ball opportunity for the Lady Eagles. A quick set there, and Cannon with the kill.
That worked out. That set was a little bit low, but Cannon found a way to make it work.
I saw McLeod last night. She loves to, right after these soft serves like you just saw, she'll try to pepper that back line. We'll see if she does it right here. She tried to do it, but that one a bit long.
Tried a little bit too hard.
I saw her hit one in practice last night. She serves it. It literally sits on the top of the net and then rolled down. It was a great serve. Kennedy back to serve, and now you see the Rams starting to make a few mistakes, and the Lady Eagles up by 2, hanging around here in set number 2. You really need Kenzie Folker in this rotation to step up. She's not been on the same page with her hitters early on in this game. The block by Grider and Cannon out of bounds as Mobile picks up a point. Wood in on the front line for Jernigan. Warren back to serve for the visitors. Cannon underneath that one. Grider still got a good hit on it. Here's Pote now, kind of pushed that one. Joust for it at the net, and it looked like
that was going to be a back row. Our setter's coming for back row, and she participated in that block, so it would be an illegal.
Is that what was called in that first set, too?
That's what was called. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that play. I think there was a little bit of confusion.
Remind me of that rule, too. That back row hitter, that back row player can come up. They just can't break. Is it the plane of the net?
Yes, yeah. And so that, they could stand flat-footed as long as they weren't crossing the plane of the net, or they could even jump as long as they're not crossing the plane of the net and sending it over.
Lady Eagles leading by 1. Gerald with a strong serve. Dug out by Meadows. Big attack there by Wood. And she picks up the point with the assist from the net. Bergeron back in. She's played in all 16 sets for Mobile this season. Third on the team in digs with 42. Johnson with the attack on that one. Rolls over by Abby Andrews. And that's something you don't want to see, just a gaping hole there in the center of the Lady Eagles defense.
Yeah, sometimes the Eagles have a tendency to start off a play a little out of sorts, and they sometimes aren't able to recoup that in the same play.
McLeod, good pass. Cannon, big swing off the net. You've seen the Lady Eagles get some good offense when the passing out of the back row has been good, but it's kind of come and gone a little bit here as of late. Gerald not able to control that serve. Warren now. That was Andrews with the big attack. Now Johnson coming for it. McLeod going to have to just send one over. Meadows setting up Wood, and again, a wide open spot there in the center, and that's going to get us a timeout. Lady Eagles defense has kind of broken down in the last couple of points, Carrie.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the defense, a little bit on the hitters, a little bit on the setter. Once again, kind of sharing that burden of the mistakes that have been made across the whole team.
15-12 for the visitors here late in set number 2. They won the first set 25-14. Lady Eagles trying to knot this game up at 1 set apiece. We'll take a break and be back in a few moments. Back here, 15-12 in set number 2. Lady Eagles losing the first set, but fighting here in set number 2. Carrie, if you're head coach Kaylin Oman, you call that timeout there. What are you telling your team in that huddle?
You know, it's kind of interesting. I saw assistant coach Leota saying a lot in that huddle. I couldn't hear what she was saying. It looked like she was directing those comments all the way across, and I just think, you know, we've already harped on this, but just cleaning up those unforced errors, playing smart when you're playing against such a talented and physically gifted team, you've got to be that much smarter.
Volker with a beautiful back set there, and Cannon knows what to do with it. You're absolutely right. I think the difference between winning a set here right now is just cleaning up a few of those errors. We've seen some on service. And just as I say that, another error there by Cannon in the back.
You know, you get a hit like that, and you're so fired up from that, and you go straight back to the service line, and to miss your serve just kind of really sucks all the energy out of that play.
Gerald gets to it, a rough pass. McLeod has to just roll one over. Great play by Gerald. That was Wood with a big kill. Touch.
Man, what a dig from Gerald.
This Lady Eagles defense, the three in the back, you see Johnson, McLeod, and Gerald have been phenomenal for the Lady Eagles this season. Gerald let that one sail, and it landed right on the line. A good call by the line judge over here. He wanted to send that one up, but he realized it was in.
Yep.
Malia Meadows still serving. She's been the catalyst for Mobile from behind that service line in both the first set and now here in the second set as they stretch their lead up to 6. Lady Eagles need a stop here. Meadows, we've talked a few times about her in this contest. She was named the Southern States Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week this past week.
You know, Noah, it's interesting when you have a player like that. I have not watched the Rams play. This is the first time I've seen them play this season. And as soon as they came out for warm-ups, you know, I couldn't see any of the numbers on the players' jerseys. And I could immediately tell that she was a leader on the team. Just starting off in warm-ups, you could definitely see that carry over in their actual play.
Free ball, Butcher looking for Johnson, but Johnson worked up and underneath that one. That was something I saw a lot towards the end of practice. It can be tired legs, but sometimes just not getting that good snap on the hit at the end. Wood back to serve. Strong right-handed serve. McGwirt now with the attack. Big dig by Bergeron. Andrews was looking for that little hole in the center there that she's made a living on, but that one into the net. Jernigan in for the visitors, and Hunter in for the Lady Eagles on the front row. Johnson back to serve. Warren, that one was real close to the net. And Johnson's dig attempt lands over near us. The Lady Eagles relying a lot on the defense. You haven't seen them send the block as much in this game, and with some strong hitters, that forces people like McLeod, Johnson, and Gerald to really work in the back, Carrie.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more help coming from your front row. You know, that block is the first line of defense that they have. They could get some of these strong hits blocked at the net. That would make it a little bit easier on our back row.
Doro was looking for a touch there. And another timeout for the Lady Eagles, this time with them trailing by 7 late in set number 2. We'll take a break and we'll be back for the conclusion of set number 2. 22-15 for the visitors here in set number 2. Lady Eagles look to climb back in this one late. Abby Andrews back to serve. She leads this Rams team with 15 aces on the year. Nearly had one right there. Here's the attack by Hunter. Joust at the net. Butcher back to McGirt.
I really want to see that push back to that open back corner.
McLeod gonna scramble for it. Hunter sends one across. Lady Eagles hustling to get back in it. That one off the antenna. That play right there, the way the Lady Eagles get that point was the hustle by McLeod.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a great pass there by Hunter. A free ball, excuse me. McLeod back to serve, goes hard with it. Jernigan was there. Free ball, Lady Eagles need to take advantage. Butcher, here's Cannon. Cannon maybe jumping a little bit too early right there. Another opportunity. Shoot outside, Hunter off the block and good. A great job there by Butcher of mixing up her hitters and finding the open Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still looking at that back corner, though. I'm really
want that back corner.
Yeah, I want one of our hitters to send one back there.
That one out of bounds. Lady Eagles clawing their way back in it late. They trail by 4. McLeod, a real soft one. Pote gonna send one across. Johnson diving for it. Cannon tried to do that left-handed hit that we've seen her maybe fall in love with a little bit this year, but that time not able to get it across. Kennedy back to serve. Lady Eagles on the brink. Butcher fortunate to get that one across. Back row attack by Kennedy. Sailing out.
Yeah, we saw Butcher participating up at the net. She is coming from back row, but she did not cross the plane of the net, and you saw the official call that and call her good when she sent that one over.
It's a little bit easier for the 5'7" Kenzie Folker not to get above the net, but for Butcher standing in at 5'9", it makes it a little bit more difficult. Ace there by Folker. She adds to her team leading total. Lady Eagles making this one tight late. Folker with another tough serve. Lady Eagles within 2. Some great tenacity by this team. In the first set, you saw them get down late and not be able to come back, but so far this young team doing a good job, and they just forced Mobile into a late timeout.
Yeah, that's really what you want to be able to see, except you don't really want them to have that middle ground of getting down in the middle of the set.
Lady Eagles trail this one by 2 late. They're 11-5 in the second set this year. Can they pull a rabbit out of their hat here late? Lady Eagles trail by 2. We're going to throw it to break, and we'll be back with the conclusion of set number 3. Lady Eagles trailing by 2. They'd love to tie this one up late. Folker, after 2 consecutive serves another one. Andrews got to it. McLeod went down to a knee. Hunter with the free ball. Smart play there by the sophomore. Folker, back set to Grider. And the Lady Eagles get the point. Hart called over the net.
I think that was just in the net. Just a touch.
The captain Meadows over there to get an explanation. Lady Eagles within 1. Pote, though, sending one down hard. Johnson nearly got there, and that takes us to set point. Lady Eagles playing against a short-handed Rams squad, really giving them a game of it here in set number 2. Warren with the soft serve, back row attack. I don't even know if you can call that an attack. Warren now. and heart just too much for the Lady Eagles. Mobile allowed the Lady Eagles to get back into it, but ultimately you saw the star-studded roster of the Rams taking over there in the last 2 points, Carrie.
Yeah, and it's similar to what we've been saying about the Eagles, but the Rams were able to clean up those unforced errors that had allowed the Eagles to get back into that set late in the set.
Second set goes to the Rams, 25-22. It was 25-14 in the first set. We're going to throw it to commercial, and we'll be back for the third set of this tight contest.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but now on my third year, learning is so much fun.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Teaching is communicating facts, but the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. You can have a really good teacher-student relationship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
Faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. Everything that I see here is Christ-centered.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ.
They want students to make an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
Set number 3 about to get underway. The Lady Eagles and the Rams have been locked into a tight battle in this contest, but so far the Rams just a bit better. Mobile playing short-handed in this contest. 6 players for them missing tonight's contest and 2 of their leading hitters out. But so far the Rams have been good enough to take out this Lady Eagles team in the first 2 sets. Carrie, one of the things that's been glaring over the last, mainly in that second set, Lady Eagles not sending the block forward as much, and it's really leaving and making that back line more vulnerable because they're having to deal with some really strong hits from the visitors.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get that block into place, you cut off just a significant amount of the court that your defense has to cover, that your back row defense has to cover.
Hunter leading the way for the Lady Eagles with 4 kills. Gerald, Johnson, and McLeod with 5 digs apiece. I think that's a bit low. Warren back set now, Wood. And that one's sailing long. Lady Eagles get on the board first here in this critical third set. Hunter taking care of business on the overpass there by the Rams. Lady Eagles on the year, just 8-8 in the third set. That's served by Volker Long. Lady Eagles needing a good performance here in set number 3. McLeod, watch Volker come to Greider. Great pass. And Greider just working underneath that one. Tried to cut it cross court, which they've been trying to do, but into the top of the net. Bergeron back to serve. Here's Hunter now. Finds the hardwood. Brittany Hunter, she's had 4 kills in this game, 2 here early on in set number 3. A good start there by the sophomore.
Yeah, and we have definitely seen Hunter develop into that player who really brings a lot of energy into the court or onto the court. And I think that's something we'll just see her continue to do in her next years here.
She had a game earlier this year against Toccoa Falls. It was that 5-set match. It took place up there. 18 kills in that contest. That's the Brittany Hunter that we expected early on this season, and maybe you're starting to see it come around even more late in the year. Hunter second on this team with 127 kills, trailing just Ginger Cannon, who's been largely quiet tonight, Carrie.
We might see that change a little bit. Maybe that's what you needed to say.
We talk about momentum all the time in the game of volleyball, but Ginger Cannon is truly one of those momentum players. She'll get that big kill, and that'll tend to put her on this good streak. So far in this contest, what you've seen, though, is she'll pick up that big kill, and then she's been back at the service line, and then that's kind of broken the rhythm.
Yeah, speaking of big kills, that was a big kill out of Johnson coming from outside.
I've really loved what I've seen out of the sophomore Jessica Johnson this year. I think she can really be one of those building block pieces for the Lady Eagles next year. Warren looking for Wood. Volker up to Greider, but the block for the Rams picking up the point. That was Kennedy and Warren in on it. It's not very often you see the setter as one of the main blockers, and you've seen Sarah Warren really getting in on the block in this contest. Greider tried to cut one, and again off the net.
I think we're seeing Greider trying to work some things out right now with her swing, just trying to find that middle ground of being able to find, that just right, where to put it, how hard to swing.
The thought is there, the execution just hasn't been. Hard serve sent back over off the arms of Johnson. The slide, though, that time not working. As Kennedy watched it drop off the set of Warren, Lady Eagles regain the lead. Butcher back in, she'll go back to serve. Gamble, Bethany Gamble coming in for Abby Greider right there. A little bit of a wrinkle. Gamble, one of the only left-handed hitters for this Lady Eagles team. Butcher, good serve deep. And the Lady Eagles pick it up, a double hit there on the setter, Warren. You haven't seen her make many mistakes in this contest, one right there. Butcher goes short with it. Warren outside, Andrews, a touch. That was Gerald. Abby Andrews with the big swing over there, and just like that, she goes back to serve. Andrews had a career high 14 kills the other night against Dillard. Pote with the push. Johnson off the block, scrambling. Free ball now. Set up for Gamble. And the block getting there. Gamble tried to send that one, maybe looking for that back corner that you've been talking about right there. Bethany Gamble, her brother sits right down the table from us. He does the PA. That one close, but the line judge calling it in. A floater there by Andrews, and she picks up the ace. She leads this team in aces and gets one right there. Doro, here's Gamble. Forced to roll one over. Johnson looking back corner.
There's
and
my
finds
corner.
It. Carrie, you've been waiting all game for that hit.
Finally.
Johnson must have heard you at some point, finds that back corner, and the Lady Eagles tie it up at 8. Lady Eagles have lost the first 2 sets, trying to fight back here in set number 3. Gamble. And Hunter forced to roll one over. Pote now into the net. The beginning of these sets have been back and forth all night. We'll see if it could be the Lady Eagles this time who could put together a run. Johnson deep. And an unforced error by the Lady Eagles at a bad time. They were leading, could have loved a little extra breathing room. But now that allows Hart, the middle blocker, standing in at 6'4", to get back in.
I think this is traditionally the rotation where the Lady Eagles have kind of gotten behind a little bit in the first two sets.
Doro, you haven't heard her name much, but she picks up the kill. A great job there. You mentioned that's been a rotation all night that the Lady Eagles have gotten stuck in. Hannah Doro hasn't really made much of a mark tonight, but a big kill right there. Warren looking for Pote. Cannon there to cover. Mistake. Miscommunication. Malia Meadows with it. And Hart, just with all the wingspan in the world, makes the Lady Eagles pay. 10-10 as these two teams continue to trade body shots. Warren floats one. Nearly a double hit. Cannon looking line, and it's good. That's a play all year long where you've seen Ginger Cannon try to go hard into the block, but this time finding the line, a great hit by Cannon. That's exactly what head coach Kaylin Oman worked with her hitters on this week at practice. Practice makes perfect, they say. Warren forgot that Hart was 6'4" on that set.
I think there's a little bit of miscommunication there. Hart even still almost got it over.
Volker into the net. 12-11. The Lady Eagles had a chance to pull further ahead, but the service errors hurting the Lady Eagles in this contest. Bergeron with a good serve. Hunter off the block. Hart in the contest. Has had at least 3 or 4 blocks. She had a season-high 6 against the Lady Eagles earlier this year, causing all sorts of problems up front. Off the antenna. And just like that, it looked like the Lady Eagles were going to go up to a 3-point lead, and now the Rams back in it with the lead. You feel the oxygen being sucked out of the nest right now. Johnson, good pass. Smart play by the freshman Volker. And as you've grown accustomed to seeing that little jump excitement right after those kills.
Yeah, that is, I am really surprised that she's been able to have as much success with that as she has tonight.
For all the millennials out there, you might be able to turn that into a TikTok dance. Andrews, good dig. Attack there by Wood off the block. The block was there, but it looked like it might have gone off the right hand of Cannon. And this is another one of those rotations the Lady Eagles have struggled in with Malia Meadows back behind the service line. Volker back to Cannon, big hit. Good job there by Bergeron to keep it alive. And now Gerald, a bit of a dive in slow motion right there, not able to get underneath it. Lady Eagles trail by 2, and they could really use a side out right here. Volker, here's Johnson off the block. Kept alive by McLeod. Grider sends a high free ball. Lady Eagles survive. Another good play by Gerald. Warren this time looking for Kennedy. Grider, backside corner. And the Lady Eagles, one of the best rallies in this contest. They had to scramble, but they pick up the point.
You know, no, it's not too often that the defense gets to be the star of a volley, but I think that we saw the defense, the back row defense, and the Eagles really take that volley and keep it alive.
Carrie, we know how much I love the big kills, but some great defense right there is fun to watch. What a block!
And finally, now we see our first line of defense, that block coming into action as well.
The Lady Eagles have been forced to rely on that second line of defense most of this contest, but Johnson and Doro teaming up for the big block. Cannon with the ace. Lady Eagles take one of their latest leads in a set tonight. 16-15 deep in set number 3. Now Cannon short. Bergeron there. Swing by Andrews. No touch at the net, and the Lady Eagles lead by 2. Carrie, this is getting exciting late in set number 3. 17-15 as Cannon continues to serve. What a play by Wood. A short set there, but Wood found the opening. A bit of a push right there. And Wood, after the kill, back to serve.
No, I think it was interesting. Even before that play, we saw Meadows on the Rams kind of take control of what was happening in that play and calm it down, slower players down, and have everyone kind of take a breath, and it resulted.
Wood got the kill. She got the ace, and it's back tied at 17, and that forces head coach Kaylin Oman for the Lady Eagles into a timeout. Carrie, we've been in this exact same spot 2 other times tonight late in sets. So far, the Lady Eagles haven't been able to close it out. If you're head coach Kaylin Oman, what are you looking to do here to try to change that, from happening here in set number 3?
I think this is beyond, coaching. It is just literally the girls, they know what to do. They've proven that they know what to do. They have been successful against this team. It's just a matter of making your girls do what they know how to do.
I think the word is heart, and I'm not talking about Rachel Hart on the other team. It's heart from the Lady Eagles late in this contest. You've seen the defense playing extremely well. You've seen some great diving plays from them, and that's really excited this Lady Eagles, but that intensity has tended to drop off late in the sets. The Lady Eagles could really use some of that intensity now.
Yeah, absolutely. Across the board, from your defense to your setters to your hitters, all the way around.
A great timeout there by head coach Kaylin Oman. I talked to her at practice yesterday. The Lady Eagles have had some leads late in sets that she's watched slip away, and I asked her, I said, as a coach, what can you do better? And she says maybe calling that timeout a little bit earlier. She does it there at 17-17. We'll see if it pays off. Wood back to serve. She picked up an ace on her last one. Lady Eagles could really use a side out here late in set number 3, and they get it as Wood with the error, the service error. And the Lady Eagles regain a lead by 1. Gamble in, Butcher in. Folker and Greider out. Butcher, she's been good from behind the service line in this contest. Haley Butcher, her sister Madison on last year's team. Haley, the freshman setter on this year's team. Andrews sends almost a free ball. Here's Gamble now. Malia Meadows there, the cover though. Here's a golden opportunity. Butcher looking for Doro. I thought that was going to be a kill. A short set, and Doro, another hard one. Lady Eagles hanging around late in this one. They lead by 2. I love it right there. You went to Doro. She nearly had the kill. And now an ace. Lady Eagles, maybe that timeout really paying off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like that the Lady Eagles are keeping the tempo of the last few plays up, getting that serve into action quickly.
Bergeron first to it. Andrews with another attack. Johnson high off the block. Centered. And Andrews this time, and you see McLeod upset with herself. She wanted that one. It's right here, though, Carrie. This is probably the biggest serve of the match with the Lady Eagles leading by 2. They could really use a side out. Butcher, the left-hander, gambles, just sent one over. Pote into the net. A great job there. Not only do you break the serve of the Rams, but you give yourself a little bit of breathing room, Carrie.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, give yourself a little bit of that momentum to help finish out the set.
Johnson, the sophomore, back to serve. Lady Eagles looking to steal the third set. Miscommunication. But the Lady Eagles bailed out the Rams. 22-18 on the mistake by the visitors. Lady Eagles looking to close out a great third set right here as Johnson continuing to serve. Pote, that one long. Lady Eagles within 2. Carry the first 2 sets of this contest. You saw it tied late, and so far it's been the Rams who've taken the lead, but right now the Lady Eagles have really grasped this third set and looking to close it out.
Yep.
Warren sends it across. Hunter off the block. And the Rams stay alive. It was Aaliyah Kennedy in the center. She transferred from South Alabama following the 2019 season. Aaliyah Kennedy, a winner for head coach John Campbell, excuse me. Point Lady Eagles, set point here. 24-18 Lady Eagles. 19, excuse me. Cannon back in, McLeod. This probably one of the better rotations for the Lady Eagles with their serving ace McLeod behind the line. Hunter off the block. Lady Eagles take the third set. Carrie, what a turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we finally got to see the Eagles kind of push through there to the end and finish out strong.
Mobile playing shorthanded in this game, but the Lady Eagles showing a lot of heart late in this one. They take set number 3, 25-20, and force a fourth set. The Lady Eagles now 9-8 in the third set. They're 5-4 in 4-set matches this year. Oh, what it would do for the confidence of this young team to have a strong 4-set right here, Carrie.
Yeah, absolutely. And this being the last home game of the season, even to take that going into your into-season tournaments, that would be a big win for the Eagles.
A great send-off nonetheless, no matter the result for this home crowd here at the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena. I need a drink of water. We're going to throw it back to break. We'll be back with 4-set action.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer, and over a dozen courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
And we're back as we get prepped for set number 4. Carrie in a bit of uncharted territory for the Lady Eagles against the Rams. They've, in the last 4 games, lost all 12 sets. They steal set number 3 right there, and they give themselves a world of possibilities here if they could come away with a 4-set victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned in the last set, with the last timeout that the Eagles called, that it really isn't too much up to the coach at this point. Your players know what to do, and they know that they can even perform well against a team even as talented as the Rams. It's just doing what they know to do.
You know, we mentioned in the pregame, head coach Kaylin Oman working on her team in pressure situations. You can do all of that in practice that you want, but nothing beats a good high-intensity pressure volleyball match here to help season out some of these young freshmen.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be interesting to see how this team is able to carry that momentum into this 4th set.
Mobile going to have the service to start set number 4. It's Sarah Warren. Cannon, a good reception there. Greider didn't even have to jump and found that cross-court winner there around the block. We say it a lot in volleyball. Sometimes you just have to get lucky, and I think Abby Greider got a little lucky right there, but fortunate.
I think things worked out pretty well on that one.
Hart sends one across with the left hand. Here's Johnson off the block. Lady Eagles riding a strong third set. They're playing inspired volleyball here, Carrie. Hannah Doro led the Lady Eagles with 3 kills in that third set. That one, a touch, must have been at the net. It was out past the end line, but it looked like it went off of one of the Lady Eagles up front. Madison Bergeron back to serve. Volker, backside cannon, finds the line. Ginger Cannon trying to go out a hero here in her last home game. Lady Eagles lead this 3-1 as they try to force a decisive 5th set. Warren for Hart, not able to get a good hit on it. Volker just taps one. Andrews, a good hit there, went a little off speed and got it around the block.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one of those off-speed hits to get it right in the middle of your court. Your defense is pulled back to cover the line, and that off-speed can really throw them off.
It's called keeping the defense honest, and Abby Andrews does it right there for the kill as the Rams get back within 1. Can Johnson keep it alive? She does. Warren, the Rams going quick. McLeod tried to save it with the left hand.
You know, Noah, we're seeing a lot of hustle out of our defense specialists and our liberos on that back row for the third hit to get it over on some of those scrambles. But, you know, these non-defensive players like Abby Greider on that last play have also been stepping it up on their defensive plays to keep those balls alive.
Volker sets it up for Greider. That one finds the line. Greider, after having a bit of a difficult first and second set, has kind of started to figure some things out, and she's picked up some big kills as of late. Butcher in. She's been one of the better servers in this contest for the Lady Eagles. Can she keep it going? Warren was looking for Kennedy. Now Johnson looking back row. She was trying to make it 2 for 2 back there, Carrie, but that one a bit long. As we've grown accustomed to in this match, the Lady Eagles and the visiting Rams trading shots here early. Butcher, here's the freshman Doro, a lot into that one, but into the net. Doro, after a big third set, was looking for a big kill right there. A little extra on that one. Gerald just couldn't get underneath that one. A lot of topspin on that ball. Carrie, how difficult is it back there as a defensive player? You know, you will see all sorts of different serves throughout the game. You'll see those ones that have a lot of topspin. You'll see those knuckleballs. How do you get used to that back there?
You know, the more you play back row, the more accustomed you get, and the better you get at just reading those serves even before they cross the net. And if you can do that, the earlier you can read the serve, the better off you'll be. How
important back there, too, is it to kind of stay low in your legs so that you can still kind of move?
Yeah, really great staying in that athletic poised position. You know, that athletic stance is kind of the same across the board with many sports, and you definitely see that for defensive players in volleyball as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think of basketball that we have here, soccer. You know, I think of a guy like Clint Peterson when he's, you know, having to try to shield an offensive player. I mentioned the Eagles soccer team. They scored a huge victory early on today up in Tennessee. They played Grace Christian University from Michigan, the #1 ranked team, and the Eagles soccer team, knocking them off in double overtime. Daniel D'Souza with that game winner, but Hunter, as we climb back here into the nest, Hunter picking up the kill to keep the Lady Eagles within striking distance. Head coach Joe Lewas of the Eagles soccer team has to be happy with how his team played over this week. Getting ready for a big South Region tournament here next weekend. That one out, and the Lady Eagles tie it back up. Carrie, some of the best games as an announcer, as an analyst, are these ones that are so close, just back and forth. And this game has been all we could have asked for. Joust at the net, won by Hunter.
You know, you say those are the best games as an announcer and as an analyst, but as a player, these are the games you remember. And even you've mentioned a couple of times the Rams having played Dillard earlier in the last couple of weeks. And each time you mention that, I think back to when I played Dillard and some of the best games that we played.
Great play by Johnson on that. Sorry, Carrie.
No, you're good. I'm just saying that those games, those hard-fought games, often even if you lose them, those are the ones that stick out in your memory even years later.
And unfortunately for the Lady Eagles, they've had a lot of those close games, but just 2 and 6 in fifth sets this year. So they've had those intensity games, but just haven't been able to finish. That serve long. Bergeron was trying to tag that back line, but it sails just long. Nothing beats a close, hard-fought volleyball game. McLeod short with it. That was Jernigan who sent the free ball over. Cannon, big swing.
You know, Noah, we frequently see our setters setting up that quick middle hit and just putting it a little bit too low, and finally we see that hit or that quick set high enough for Cannon to get a good swing on it.
I told you I saw McLeod roll him off the net in practice yesterday. Did it right there, and that forced the Rams to get a little bit out of rhythm, and Lady Eagles now lead by 3. What a match. That one hangs in. Attack by Andrews. The block got there. Hunter tried to get there again, but it lands on the hardwood. Rams pick up the point. Carrie, we've said this a couple times. This is that rotation right here as Hart comes back in and Kennedy back to serve. The Lady Eagles could really use a side out. What a mistake there as the Rams get back within 1. If you're tuning in late to this contest, 2-1 Rams. This game's been going back and forth all night. Cannon looking line and got it. Ginger Cannon had been silent early on in this contest, but her and Abby Greider really stepping up late for this Lady Eagles team. Volker, a good serve. Warren over. The swing by Guilford. First time we've seen her in this contest. And that substitution by John Campbell pays instant dividends. Warren back to serve, off the net. Volker tried to beat the Rams to that back corner. Good play by Johnson, free ball. Greider off the block.
I think that was Hunter off the block, and
You're right.
She really used that block to her advantage.
Those first couple of sets, the Lady Eagles just weren't able to find that clutch play. But these last 2 sets, the Lady Eagles have been coming up with clutch play after clutch play. But Carrie, another receiving error, and that has to be deflating.
Yeah, those service errors, they really just suck the air out of you. You take that energy and just,
Bergeron back to serve. Gerald Cannon timed that jump a little bit off. 4 hits on the Lady Eagles in this game. As if we could have asked for anything else. Tied up at 13 on a Friday night here in the Nest. Volker, here's Johnson now. Malia Meadows, free ball now. Miscommunication. The junior McLeod taking over. Hart in the center.
what a dig.
I'm not sure that was a tip, but fortunate nonetheless. Here's Andrews, back line, and it sails long. Another one of those long rallies, and the Lady Eagles take advantage. I believe that was Andrews with the kill. The junior McLeod says shake it off as she comes back on the court. Meadows continuing to serve for the visitors. Volker, here's Greider, scramble for it. And the Lady Eagles unable to send it back across. The Rams regain the lead. Malia Meadows, Carrie, you mentioned early on in this game, you just saw her and said she has to be a leader. So far, Meadows has really stepped up for her team in big moments.
Yeah, absolutely. She has overall just been a stabilizing force for her team, calming things down, getting the tempo back under control and back in her team's favor.
In set number 3, you saw the Lady Eagles ride a late timeout by head coach Kaylin Oman to a victory. We'll see if she can do it again right here. Lady Eagles trail by 2, 16-14. We're going to take a break. Lady Eagles trail by 2 here late in set number 4. I want to take this moment to give a shout out to our crew in the back. One of the best games that we've had all year. The camera angles have been great in this contest. Gerald gets there. Here's Volker. Doro now off the block. The Lady Eagles needed a good offensive play right there, and they found one. It was the freshman, Hannah Doro.
Absolutely. We've seen all night Doro just coming out and swinging hard, and it's really paying off.
Doro had a career-high 13 kills just the other night against Pearl River. That was a 5-set loss for the Lady Eagles, but Hannah Doro came up big. Wood tries to push that one across, but 4 hits on the visitors. And Carrie, we're tied again.
Yep, this seems to be a common theme throughout this match.
What a fun way to spend a Friday night here in the Nest. Andrews, big swing, but Gerald there with an even bigger dig. Doro couldn't get much on that one. Neither could Andrews, but it doesn't matter. She finds the line. 17-16. Rams lead this one 2-1. We're in set number 4. McLeod, a good serve receive. Johnson not able to get a good on it, but Doro, the solo block in the center. The freshman, she's picked up the kills and a big block there, a defensive stop for the Lady Eagles. Johnson, she's been the catalyst back there. Can she do it again? Good serve. Warren looking for Kennedy. Opportunity for the Lady Eagles. Doro maybe tried to yank that one a bit too much, Carrie, and it goes into the net.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a little bit of excitement going on after several successful hits in a row.
18-17 visitors. If you're just joining us, we're late in set number 4. Hunter now off the block, kept alive. Scramble for it. But the Rams pick up the point. Can the Lady Eagles claw their way back into this one late? Andrews, a strong jump serve. Over the net, tipped back by Warren. And Doro late to close. Another timeout by head coach Kaylin Oman with her team trailing by 3. We'll take a break and we'll be back for the conclusion of set number 4. Carry, the Lady Eagles have been in this exact same spot a couple times, trailing by 3 here late in the set. They could really use a good stop on defense and maybe find a good offensive play, maybe looking at someone like Hannah Doro up front.
Yeah, I would really like to see the Eagles come out with a smart play for the first play following that timeout.
Butcher right to Doro. I called it, but that one just a bit too long. And the Lady Eagles find themselves on the brink. If the Lady Eagles end up falling in this set, stick around. Me and Carrie going to break down what you just saw in this contest. But Grider says, Hunter, I keep saying Grider. Hunter says this one's not over yet as she picks up the big kill. Brittany Hunter has been that and more for the Lady Eagles tonight. McLeod nearly picked up the ace. Guilford, though, sends one down hard. She hasn't played a lot in this contest, but she's had 2 big kills here in set number 4 for the visitors. Guilford, first team All-State in Alabama. Hunter, I got it right that time, goes soft off the block. And the Lady Eagles stay alive. Folker back to serve. This has been the best rotation all night with Kenzie Folker back behind the service line. And I jinxed it, Carrie.
Yep.
The broadcaster's jinx bites again. 23-19, Lady Eagles could really use a side out. Look for a good pass here and potentially Folker looking for Grider. Grider got it, but the Rams keep it alive. Guilford, though, sends it across. Folker back to Cannon in the center. Scramble for it, free ball coming. Folker back set Grider off the block, and it's a point.
What a beautiful back set coming from Folker there.
Great awareness there by the freshman.
Yeah, very smooth.
As much as head coach Kaylin Oman wanted to see her hitters mix it up, it's been Folker mixing it up and creating different looks. A great play by the freshman there. Gerald back to serve. Nearly went into the net. Here's an opportunity. Cannon used every bit of that 5'10" frame. Folker, I don't mind that. I'll love it even more if it pays off, and it does.
Once again, Noah, I cannot believe the success she's been able to have with that tonight.
The only thing I'm a little disappointed, though, is I didn't see the little jump up and down that we're so used to right there. The freshman, some ice water running through her veins late. When in doubt, if you're the Rams, go to your 6'4" middle blocker, Rachel Hart, and she makes it set point and game point with that kill right there. Bergeron back serving for the match. McLeod gets there. Gonna be a free ball, and a mistake there ends the game. Carrie, what a game by the Lady Eagles. In this contest, they fall to 9-8 on the season, but a great contest. We're going to throw it back to the court for a minute. Me and Carrie will be back in just a few moments to break down what you just saw.
And we're back after the Lady Eagles lose this one in 4 sets. But Carrie, what a game by this Lady Eagles team late in the season. It's games like that that you hope ultimately catapult you as you look into the regional tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing against a tough opponent like that, all of the success that the Lady Eagles were able to have in every play, that just gives you that much more momentum going into an important end-of-season tournament.
Carrie, we talked a lot tonight about trying to create pressure opportunities in practice, but as I mentioned in the 3rd set there, nothing beats a high-pressure volleyball game, more so than even in practice, and we got treated to a great one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about this being the last home game of the season, what a way to end. You know, even with a loss, they really, I think, showed themselves a lot of things that they were capable of.
Carrie, a young team this year, and they've struggled at times to maybe get some experience under it. But games like that for players like Kenzie Folker, for Hannah Doro, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially in a season where they don't have as many games as they are accustomed to having in a typical season. You know, every bit of this experience that they can get in every match is just so important.
Carrie, you've got regionals coming up next week. They're going to travel up to Bob Jones, a place that historically they haven't played extremely well. If you're the Lady Eagles, how do you carry the momentum from tonight's contest into that game in hopes of ultimately maybe making another run at the regional tournament, much like we saw them do last year?
You know, a lot of this comes down to mental maturity, which is going to be interesting to see if our younger team can manage to take that up to regionals with them, being able to kind of calm their minds and then look back on the successes that they've been able to have and know that they are capable of doing that again.
Carrie, it's always a pleasure doing these games with you. I want to thank you for tuning in this season for Lady Eagles Volleyball. The Lady Eagles, as I mentioned, going to hit the road for the regional tournament next week. Make sure you stay tuned and check out our Instagram, our Facebook, Twitter, and follow out your Lady Eagles as they look to conclude their season, hopefully with a regional banner. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Have a great rest of your Friday.